What you in that door, Dolo?
Welcome back. It's your boy Dolo Man, and this is the Chance the Rapper Starline review. I ain't gonna lie, this was a amazing album, and I really thought this album is impressive because his previous album it didn't really get the best reviews. People weren't really a big fan of it. So to hear how he was coming on this, it was just like amazing to see the comeback, and it's amazing to just get some good content after hearing so many albums with just fluff and nothing to really give, but just cars, clothes, jewelry, hoes, shoes, ops, guns. You know, the typical stuff we hear in this music nowadays. But I really thought this album was dope from track 1 to, how many tracks is it? It's 15 tracks? No, 17 tracks. So I'm gonna just sum up how I felt about the songs, and yeah, I'm gonna sum up the songs, give it a little summary for each song that I listened to, and yeah. Song 1 with the intro, I thought he kicked the door in with the intro. It was just full of lyrics. He was letting mugs know I'm back, and it caught my attention. I ain't gonna lie. I like the beat. I like the "It's the Chicago nigga." It's like he's taking it back to the essence of him and Chicago, and I just thought it was fire. The beat was cool, like I said, and I like the fact that he had the gospel with it. It was just a good pair of things. Number 2, he had that song with "Do or Die," and it was good to hear "Do or Die" because if you're from Chicago, you know about Chicago or grew up around it. Them as legends. That's that Twister era, that the Bump J's, the Do or Die, the Psychodramas, the Common, like that era. Do or Die was them dudes, like, and Do You Want to Ride and Do You is still a vibe to this day. So it was refreshing to hear them on the track. It's a cool song, like kind of mainstreamish, but I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good way to kick the album off. He was talking about, we gonna ride. I'm gonna take you on this ride for this album. Song number 3, what song is it? No More Old. Matter of fact, let me get my paper. Let me get professional. No More Old Men. I really thought that song was amazing as well. No More Old Men. He was basically talking about how we killing people at a very high rate, and so much that is it gonna be anybody left in the world? Like at least people that look like me, is it gonna be any of us left when it counts? Are any of us gonna be out here with gray hairs, gray beards, or we all just be in caskets? Because I feel like a lot of us dying at young ages, and it's like promoted for us to talk about ops and shooting and all types of dumb stuff. And so, like I said, this was a good song that needed to be heard, because like, is it gonna be any old men left? So I appreciated that song, and also too, the production was nice on the song. The feature made the song bigger than it was as well too. It added that oomph that it needed. Like, it already was a good song, but when she got to singing and harmonizing and hitting it with the melody, it made the song even better and more powerful. So one of my favorite songs. I enjoyed it. I like it a lot. Song number 4. Oh, actually, yeah, song number 4, The Negro Problem. So that's another big song that I feel like needed to be talked about. The subject that he's talking about is because I feel like, as a black person, quote unquote, we have a lot of problems that we only deal with in our culture. Like, I mean, everybody loves our culture, loves what we do, loves how we look, how we dress, but they don't love us as a whole, honestly. So we kind of have these problems that other cultures do not have. And I feel like with the Negro problem, he was just basically talking about how we deal with things other people do not, like dying at funerals. Like who these people you people dying at funerals, and you shouldn't have to worry about dying at a funeral, but that's some type of stuff we have to deal with. We got to deal with malpractice and not knowing who you can call to get it solved, and it's unfortunate we deal with that, like the Negro problem as well, like how we our own enemy. I feel like in other cultures it's more camaraderie and unity, but in our culture it's like we born to hate each other, bro, and that's a Negro problem. It's crazy. But he more so was talking about just like how we deal with so many issues and other cultures steal our culture and do all this, but they don't want to help when it comes like that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like we take everything from you, make money off of you, but when it's like, can we get some help? Since y'all help, nah, that's your problem. So I thought it was a great song. I like the storytelling on it. It was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good track. I enjoyed it a lot. Dopamania featuring Baby Chief Do It. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard this song, I was confused. I'm like, man, what? How we go from the Negro problem to dopamania or droptomania? You know what I'm saying? It's like a trap beat, and it's like, what? You feel me? But he was flowing on that mug, and I ain't gonna lie, Baby Chief Do It, he did his thing too as well. But off the first listen, I was thrown off. But when you listen to it more times, it makes more sense and it flows better. And also, too, you got to think about he finna go on tour. And some of these songs are kind of mellow, laid back. You need something that's going to make the crowd move, make them want to bop, you know what I'm saying? Like, dum, dum, So it makes sense. I just was thrown off at first, like, why just this song after that? But, it's like I said, it's a cool track. Baby Chief Do It. He did his thing. He got a good flow. And Chance the Rapper was flowing all over that motherfucker. A lot of bars. He was doing the shit. Back to the Goal. Back to the Goal with Vic Mensa. It's like a more like alternative type rap song. I could hear a little Eminem influences in there. But I thought it was a fire song. One of my favorites, honestly. And he's talking about basically how he not perfect and how he deal with stuff too. And sometimes he fall on his face sometimes, but you got to get back up, man, and just know that we not perfect, man. Like, we all make mistakes. We all go through things. Just keep going, bro. You feel me? There's nobody perfect. And, there's a lot of bars, a lot of lyrics on there, a lot of storytelling. What do you say? Vic Mensa had said something. What do you say? Something about Jeff Bezos. Like, it don't matter. Basically, what he was getting to is like, just because you got money don't mean your problem is solved. Even his wife left him. He got damn near one of the most fullest bank accounts out there, But I like the song a lot. I like the melody a lot. The hook sticks out to me a lot. I was singing it. The highs and the lows. That's a high on the album for me because I deal with vices. Sometimes I'm drinking too much. I could be honest. Sometimes I smoke too much. Sometimes I indulge in pills too much. I don't need to do none of these things. And I feel like a lot of times I do these things because of how I feel on the inside. I let it affect me, and I try to find a coping mechanism that can numb it or take the pain away or take the thoughts out of my brain. So sometimes I go to things I know I have no business doing, like alcohol, smoking, like I said, pills, fornicating, doing dumb shit I know I don't need to do, getting in trouble, But it's like the song is basically talking about when you're dealing with the highs and the lows, you just try to find a better way to deal with them. Because, we gonna all deal with problems in life. It's ups and downs. You got the highs and the lows. Some days it's gonna be heaven, the next day it might be hell. But at the end of the day, just keep a good mental state and just know we're gonna all have them days, but it's gonna be all right. And just you don't have to go to these negative copinisms. That's right, copinisms. Don't go to these negative ways to cope. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I said that right. I'm edited, but yeah, you don't gotta be negative and do negative things. Like, you can just find another way to deal with your problems. Life is full of highs and lows. and life is a balance too. So just try to keep a good mental state. But I enjoyed that song. It was pretty dope. Joey Badass did his thing on the feature. I like his verse a lot too as well. This was a real like soulful track. It was real. Like you'll wind up singing this song eventually after you hear it. I just like the whole song as a whole. It was pretty nice. They did that thing on that song. It was really meshed well. Everything flowed on it and it had a great message. I like the highs and the lows. Next song, Space and Time. Space and Time is like an African joint. I actually enjoyed the song. At first, I was just kind of unsure, but my homie was like, I asked him what his favorite song off the Chance the Rapper album was. He was like, Space and Time. I was like, let me run this song back. And I ain't gonna lie, this a song that make you want to dance. Sound like something that should be on the Black Panther soundtrack. But it's like an African song that has like what's called Afrobeat instruments and stuff in it. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a pretty good song. Make you want to move. Has lots of rhythm. I'm gonna be honest. I have to probably dive more deep into the lyrics, but it's definitely real big. It's real global and it's like international. So it's like a big sounding song. Like I could definitely see this song being performed like at a concert and everybody like coming together because it's just like one of them big songs, and it just give you a good vibe when you listen to it. Put you in a good space when you listen to it. That's really why I like this whole album because it's just like it just make you feel good, make you feel like it's gonna be all right, and it's just like you might be thinking negative. You play this and it's like your whole mindset changed, But yeah, Space and Time, I like that song a lot. Definitely love the African influence by it, and I know Chance been in Africa a lot, so I'm seeing it rub off on him. So yeah, but I think it's a good influence, and I'm glad he's adding that to his repertoire. Link Me in the Future. Link Me in the Future. I enjoyed that song as well. It's like singy songish in the beginning, but then he gets to rapping. But I like that song a lot because it's like real catchy. And I really feel like it's just everything was put together well. Like instrumentation was put together well. The way he flowed on the song was like perfect. It's kind of robotic a little bit at certain points, but I think it's kind of like meant to be like that because it's Link Me in the Future. So it makes a lot of sense, When people think about the future, they think of like AI and think about computers and robots and like the Jetsons, so it make a lot of sense. But it's a real good song, and I actually really love too when they broke down the beat. That was fire because it made the statement hit it even harder, to link me in the future and everything he was talking about. And it's like really about grief, and it's talking about like when you're losing somebody and things you can go through and how tough you gotta be to deal with things like that. I could zoom out real quick and show you my sister that passed. Like, it was tough when we lost her. Like, I got her on my wall. You feel me? Right there. Light bright, key, we'll never forget you ever in life, And that was a tough loss. You feel me? For everybody that knew her. So, yeah, man, Link Me in the Future. One of my favorite ones as well on the album. I would recommend you listen to it. Gun in Your Purse. So that features Chance the Rapper, Young Thug, and Tia Corinne. I like all their music, So when I heard the song or seen the track on the track list, I was kind of expecting it to be like amazing. When I first heard this song, I was expecting a lot. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like you have some talented artists on one song. So I'm like, damn, how this gonna sound? So I heard it, I was like, okay, it's Chance the Rapper, Young Thug, and Tia Corinne. How this gonna sound? I actually felt like this song was out of place when I first heard it. I didn't really see the purpose of it because it's like the album would go positive and then be on some like, put this gun in your purse. It's like, what? We were just talking about. But at the end of the day, I feel like, sometimes you do gotta, conceal the weapon and you gotta handle your business. You might not even be a street nigga or be on that type of timing, but you gotta protect yourself. So I understand, everything ain't peaches and cream. But overall, as a song though, I think Chance did his thing on the track. I feel like Chance the Rapper had a good flow on there. I like the way he came on the verse, like that I know nobody but you. Like that shit was hard. You feel me? He flowed in that mud. But I felt like I was disappointed because it's like a star-studded event, kinda to me, because I know Tia Korean make decent music, Young Thug make fire music, Chance the Rapper make fire music, and they've collabed before. So to hear what they came up with, or to hear the Young Thug verse, I was like, what? I was like, this what you came up with, Thug? But I mean, after hearing it again, like I say, repetition, stuff started to grow on you. It's alright now, but I just was disappointed. Like it was just not disappointed, more so just like I wasn't impressed. And then Tia Korean, oh man, just she messed the whole song up for me. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was disappointed with Young Thugs, but I still let it rock. But when I get to Tia Korean, I get to cutting the song off. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because it's just like to me, she didn't bring nothing to the track to make it better. She really made it worse. I couldn't even tell what she said half the time during her verse. I had to run it back. So that's a no for me. And then also too, she wasn't talking about nothing. Like to me, she wasn't even adding on to the subject matter. It wasn't even. I barely even heard a gun reference on her verse. Like first of all, I couldn't even understand it. Then when I understood it, it wasn't even out. She talking about getting fucked and doing this, and it's like what they gotta do with a gun? You know what I'm saying? Tree. So it's like a song for all the smokers. I'm sure y'all saw the video. Chance the Rapper, Lil Wayne, and Smino. And that was a cool track. I'm gonna be honest, I don't smoke, you know. So I'm not, I won't say I can't relate, but I'm just not no smoker anymore. So it's just like, okay, that's what's up. But it was a cool song, like it's real singy songish. Like I could sing along to it. It got that mainstream appeal. I did like the Chance's verse, you know, where he's talking about his mama had to work and the weed and she doing this and that. But honestly, it was a cool track. Smino, he harmonized on her and did his thing. But and Lil Wayne, he did the Lil Wayne thing. You know how Lil Wayne come on the track. But it was a cool track. Not really something I really go back to much. But when I play the album, I let it rock. But it's not like something I just go back to and like, yeah, let me hear Tree. Like, nah, I don't. Burn Your Block, it's not really my type of vibe, honestly. It's I don't know that beat, like you in a damn, like you at Pride Month or something, bro. Like I just was not rocking with it for real, bro. I just couldn't like, and nothing against him, I just couldn't get down with it for real. And then it's just Burn Your Block, Burn Your Block, Burn Your Block. I don't know, maybe I gotta be in a different state, but I just was like, turn the song, turn the song. Turn the, you feel me? Like I don't know. I just really, it's cool though, but it's not for me, honestly, man. Like I just didn't really get the concept of the song. Like we burning the block, but you talking about the girl ass and this and that, but it's just like I don't know. I just didn't want. I wasn't a fan. Is when it come on, but I'd never go back and listen to it myself personally. Nah. Letters. Probably one of my first favorite songs on here. When I first listened to it, it's just because the way he came in was so powerful, and everything he said was just so potent. And I can be honest, I feel similar about the church. It's a song towards the church and kind of how they just do things kind of in a wrong way, man. I feel like we hold them in such high regard, but they do so much foul stuff. I feel like. And I don't want to, speak super negative on him, but I feel like it'd be a lot of stuff that I batted an eye to, or I just side-eye like, and I feel like he, on that song, definitely said everything I felt in my mind about the situation. I feel like a lot of times when things need to be taken care of, or you think you need somebody to stand up and fight for the cause, you think the church gonna be like the first people to do it. But half the time they never there. But they always got their hand out asking you for tithes and offering, or to help the church fund to get the stuff going, or this and that. But when it's like real issues, the church don't never be there. And I ain't saying all churches, but it's just like it be a lot of false idolism and a lot of fake prophets and a lot of just greed and a lot of, cause like I never understood how you got the mega church, you got these big ass churches. But then it's like people living in poverty and mugs out here broke and don't have no money, and you got this big old church making all this money, and it's just like, and they still asking you for tithes and offering. It's like, huh? And then also too, just here's something about how basically people be spitting on people and calling it God, and I just seen a lot of times in different churches where like they'll be doing weird stuff and be saying it's the Holy Spirit and this and that. It's like, nah, that was your fucking saliva, nigga. What? That wasn't the Holy Spirit. You know what they got to do with God? But I feel like a lot of times when people do things and they call it God, people don't question it because they don't want to go to hell or be perceived as a not a hater, but you know they talking down on God. Like I don't think that's the case. I feel like we all believe in God. I believe in God, but it's more so I feel like you should be able to call out foolishness and false prophets when you see them. A lot of this stuff be antics and be acting, and a lot of stuff just don't be connected to God or the source. That'd be some personal shit that you came up with. Speed of Light, probably my favorite song on the album because of the rhythm. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that doom 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 doom. It give me hype. I ain't gonna lie. It's like some Chicago shit. It's some like New Jersey. What's they sound called? The little bop. I forgot how the New Jersey bop. I forgot they bop. I think it's like Jersey bop or some shit like that. But I enjoyed this song, Speed of Light, really just because it make you move. When I'm driving, I get to driving fast. And it's just, I don't know, I just be moving, you know what I'm saying? I be doom, 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 doom. I liked it a lot because it make you move, it kind of gives me reminiscence of Chicago, older Chicago, when I was just like juking and like footworking and shit like that, and like, you know, and I grew up on stuff like that. And it's cool because it's turned up, but it's mellow at the same time. And then they have like the choir coming in and different vocal cadences coming in. It just make it sound really good all together. And then at the end too, when they added the "There Is a Light," you know, the common reference, but in the woman's voice, it made it cool. And also too, at the end where they were talking about how would you rather cry in a Rolls Royce or cry in a Honda, or you know that little dumbass saying they always try to tell people, or the women or whatever. And dude was like, bro, I don't want to cry. I don't give a fuck what car I'm in. I don't care if I'm walking. I'm not trying to cry. Track number 15, Pretty. I enjoyed this song as well because it's like really like a self-confidence type of track. It's more of a telling you that you're beautiful every day in his own way. So he like talking to himself, but the listener is like interpreting it where it's just like, bro, you gotta look at yourself like you the man, and look at yourself like you are the one, because you are. And I feel like in the black community or people of color that are brown, we live in this white society where they teach us self-hate. They teach us self-hate at a young age to not like our skin complexion, not like our hair, not to like how we look, how we act. We always told we gotta act like this, cut your hair like this, do this. You talking hood, talk proper, do this, like do that. You know big as hell. Like I feel like, and you're too black and you're this and that, but it's more so telling you like, man, just love the person you are in the mirror. When you look in that mirror, smile. So I appreciate that because sometimes, you know, I may not feel the best. Like I ain't gonna lie, I grew up hating myself as a kid because I grew up in this white town, and you see it in my skin right now. I've been dark skinned, you know what I mean? And so I got a lot of looks coming up, a lot of negative, you know, critiques from others, and they make you think when you get alone, like, damn, am I not good enough? Or damn, I wish I could be light skinned. But it's like, nah, bro, like just like love the skin you was born in, bro, because God don't make no mistakes, you know? So I appreciate the song Pretty. Gets a lot of play in my house. One of my favorites, like I said. Great song. Just a Drop, Chance the Rapper featuring Jay Electronica, two wordsmiths, two lyrical monsters. First of all, the beat, smacking. I ain't gonna lie, the way it came in with the with the choir. First of all, the kick and the snare go crazy. Like it's just hitting as soon as you hear the song, and it's real soulful already when it come in the door. Like you walk right in the church. You feel me? Like, but it's like a cool ass church. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like I enjoyed this song a lot because I feel like what he talking about is the truth. Because right now it's a drought. It's a drought when it comes to really everything, especially in music. It's a drought. It's so much stuff being pushed that's just like bullshit or just not it. You know, negative this, be a hoe, be a thought, do drugs, kill your brother, shoot up the club, do this, do that. Just a bunch of dumbass shit. I'm just being, I'm just being blunt. A bunch of dumb stuff that I feel like is polluting the airwaves and just polluting society as a whole. But it's not just even music. It's just everything getting just watered down, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like watered down, where it's just it ain't hitting like it used to. It's they taking the meaning out of everything. So with the drop of the blood, or just a drop, it's like it's a drought, man. And so I felt like this was needed because we need a change, but it's not gonna take a whole lot. Like, yeah, it's a drought. We need water. We need this to survive. We need everything. But I really feel like all we need is righteousness, and I feel like a lot of things to change. And just a little bit of righteous, a little bit of good, a little bit of what's you need, like medicine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it'll change everything. All you need is a little drop, and everything, the frequency will switch. And so, yeah, with the drop, I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. I love the way they sang on the track. I love the way they rapped on the track. I love what they was talking about because everything was real. You know what I mean? Because also too, they play with the water. You feel me? We all need water, but a lot of times they play with the water. Like look at Flint. You feel me? They water was muddy. You feel me? When you go to certain neighborhoods, everything ain't how it's supposed to be. You feel me? And water is a basic necessity. So it's just like how they do certain shit. It's just crazy. But y'all listen to that song for yourselves. But I just say they both did their things. Jay Electronica, he did his thing too. It's more like to me it was like more spoken wordish. And he was just breaking down like Jesus' struggle, you know, to become our savior. And you just listen to the song for yourself. But it's like I enjoyed that song a lot. It gets a lot of play, and he shot a video to it. That's how I know Muggs liking that song. I'm liking it. Great song. Gets a lot of play in the crib. So last song, Speed of Love by Chance the Rapper and Jasmine Sullivan. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really grow up on Jasmine Sullivan like that. I definitely heard Break the Windows Out Your Car. You feel me? That was just, I love that song back in the day. But I ain't gonna lie, she definitely blessed this track with her vocals and made the song 1,000 times better, because I didn't know what to expect, but she made the song 1,000 times better. But overall, they both did their thing, and I play this song a lot, I ain't gonna lie. Because where is the love at? Like, I feel like we live in a hateful-ass world where it's just like, mothers want to troll. It's cool to troll now and get reactions out of people and do dumb shit. I feel like it's a lot of hate when it comes to how black people look at each other. We don't never support each other. We look down on the next man, crab in a bucket mentality. I want to win, but you can't win. And if you win, I'm hating, I'm jealous. We put each other down. We don't support each other. It's just a lot of like, where's the love, bro? And not even just black people, bro. I feel like, period, it'd be a lot of, people just driving past the homeless. And I ain't act like I give to the homeless every day. You feel me? But they human beings too. It's like, where's the love? Where's the compassion? Where's the empathy? It's a lot of like things going on. And I understand we live in a time where it's like, I gotta get it, bro. Like, shit, I don't got no bread to give it up. But it's just like, where's the compassion at, man? I feel like it's a lot of self-serving mentalities going on, a lot of selfishness going on. And look, I could take self-accountability. I'm not the most come around type of person either. You feel me? You know, that's something I gotta work on. But I feel like as a whole, if we all want to win, we gotta come together and we gotta bring the love back. So I enjoyed this song, and I like the storytelling on this track about how he came up and him and his pops writing on the CDs to get where he at. Like that, it took work. You know what I'm saying? And talking about how the stuff his father had taught him to be a man, and it's just a good track overall. And you should check it out. But yeah, one of my favorites, and I said it a lot. It's the Dollar Man catchphrase right now. But it was pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to favorite songs, my favorite songs on this album: No More Old Man, Negro Problem, Link Me in the Future, Letters, Speed of Light, Just a Drop of the Blood, or Just a Drop, and Speed of Love. Production was amazing. Real soulful beats. They knock, and even the little trap songs. They was banging too. That one song, Drop So Many. But overall, I give the production a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. First time I listened to the album, like I said, I was like, okay. But after listening to it, a lot of stuff went over my head, and double entendres and wordplay and storytelling, and 5 out of 5. He was going crazy. He was spitting it. I ain't gonna lie. He was spitting it. Yes, everything was connecting. Literally, like I was just talking about the star lines, the connection of the constellation. Everything connected on the album. It was like a theme. You know what I'm saying? He was telling that story from top to bottom. You know, it wasn't like a book. You know what I mean? But you could connect certain songs and other ones, and be like, okay, he has like I said, a theme. So yeah, I would give storytelling. I'd probably get that at like a 4 out of 5. Yes, it was memorable. I've played the album at this point probably like 8 times. I ain't gonna lie. And if I didn't like this shit, I wouldn't be playing it 8 times. I didn't have to go back and listen to it anytime, you know. But very memorable. Sing a lot of these songs, even when the song is not on. Like I said, yeah, memorable. I liked it a lot. The melodies were nice on this one. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody that was featured on the album, they did their thing. They definitely brought something to the table, for the most part. Yes, there was. The ones I consider fillers to me, I would say, had to be Burn Your Block. Definitely a turn for me. Definitely a next for your boy. Next. And Gun in Your Purse. Them to me. I would have took them 2 songs off, and I feel like the album would have been perfect. But yeah, them was fillers for me. You feel me? Yes, I could. I could relate to a lot of it. A lot of the stories resemble myself. I seen myself in the story, and I can relate to it too because I'm not from Chicago, but my family is from Chicago, and shit, damn near half my family from Chicago. Damn near all my friends from Chicago, and shit, I frequent Chicago a lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was a kid, I used to go to Chicago down there every weekend. But now, as of recently, I don't go as much as I used to. But Chicago is and both my parents from Chicago. Like, I'm Chicago, you know what I mean? I'm a Chicago kid, you feel me? So, yeah, I connected to it because a lot of sounds I grew up on being in Chicago was in this, you feel me? So it's just like, yeah, I connected to this one. I feel like it was innovative and creative because I haven't heard nothing sound like this whole year. It's been a lot of times I had the same type of beats, same little hi-hat pattern, the same 808 pattern. It's like all these beats was different. None of them really, I mean, some of them was the same, but not for real. It's like they all had their own little differentness to them. And then it's just like the way he was flowing on the beats wasn't typical. It was Chance. He took a chance. And he was being different, like, and that's why I like Chance because he's different. He's not typical. It's Mark Burner. Ooh. Was I wild? Yes, I was wild by it. I was amazed. I played it 8 times. I recommend it to so many people. Great album, Grammy worthy. Chance, you did your thing. He's back. This is Dolo Man, and it's Dolo Man TV. Over and out.